China's rise did not happen suddenly, and it was never accidental. It began quietly in 1921 at a time when China was weak, divided, and deeply humiliated by foreign powers. The country was struggling to survive, its people lived in poverty, and its future appeared uncertain. While much of the world focused on short-term victories and immediate political gains, a different kind of thinking was taking shape inside China. It was slow, it was patient, and it was designed to last for generations. The first objective was not wealth, technology, or global influence. The first objective was survival. China needed unity. It needed control. It needed to eliminate internal chaos and foreign domination. Without these, no long-term future was possible. This period demanded sacrifice, discipline, and endurance. For years, progress was invisible to the outside world, but internally, a foundation was being laid. That foundation reached a turning point in 1949 when China emerged as a unified, centralized state. For the first time in decades, the country was no longer fragmented. But unity alone was not enough. The next challenge was stability. From the 1950s through the 1970s, China focused on building a powerful system of control. Economic growth remained slow, living standards were low, but the state itself was becoming stronger, more organized, and more resilient. China made a deliberate choice during this period. It chose structure over comfort, discipline over speed, patience over popularity. The belief was simple: without a strong system, wealth would collapse. So China delayed prosperity in exchange for long-term strength. This was not failure, it was preparation. Then, in 1978, everything changed. China made one of the most calculated decisions in modern history. Instead of fighting capitalism, it decided to use it. The economy was opened carefully, step by step. Foreign companies were welcomed. Cheap labor was offered. Massive industrial zones were built across the country. To the outside world, this looked like a business opportunity. To China, it was something far more valuable. China absorbed knowledge. Technology, manufacturing techniques, management systems, and global trade experience were quietly studied and replicated. While foreign companies chased short-term profits, China focused on long-term learning. Every factory became a classroom. Every partnership became a lesson. Nothing was wasted. Factories multiplied, exports exploded, supply chains formed, and gradually China transformed itself into the manufacturing backbone of the global economy. This transformation did not happen by chance. It followed a plan. Every step was aligned with a future goal that extended decades ahead. As China entered the 2000s, the strategy evolved once again. Wealth had been accumulated. Confidence had grown. Now production alone was no longer enough. Influence became the priority. China invested heavily in research, technology, and innovation. Its military was modernized with advanced capabilities. Beyond its borders, China began building roads, ports, railways, and power projects across Asia, Africa, and Europe. These were presented as economic partnerships, but their purpose was deeper. Each project created dependence. Each investment created leverage. Without firing a single shot, China was reshaping global trade routes and power relationships. Influence was expanding quietly, steadily, and effectively. Today, China has entered the final phase of its century-long strategy. The objective is no longer hidden. By 2049, the 100th anniversary of modern China, the nation aims to stand at the center of global power, economically dominant, technologically advanced, militarily strong, and politically influential. This means leadership in future technologies, control over critical supply chains, strong military presence, and influence over international rules and institutions. China does not seek to simply participate in the existing global order. It seeks to shape the next one. China's greatest advantage has never been speed. It has been patience. There are no election cycles disrupting long-term plans. No sudden policy shifts driven by public pressure. While most nations plan for the next few years, China plans for the next 50. Every sacrifice, every delay, every calculated move serves a destination mapped long ago. The question now is no longer whether China planned its rise. That answer is already clear. The real question is whether the rest of the world recognized the plan early enough, or whether history will remember this era as the moment when a 100-year strategy quietly reached its final stage.